Welcome to She Coaches Coaches. I'm your host, Candy Motzek, and I'm going to help you find the clarity, confidence, and courage to become the coach that you are meant to be. If you're a new coach, or if you've always wanted to be a life coach, then this is the place for you. We're going to talk all about mindset and strategies and how to, because step by step only works when you have the clarity, courage, and confidence to take action. Let's get started. Hi, friend, and welcome to this episode. I'm so glad to see you here. Over the past few episodes, we've talked a lot about fear and where we allow fear to hold us back from creating what we want. I started with these episodes because I noticed how many of my clients just do that. They hold themselves back. They second guess themselves, and it's all because they're nervous. My goal is to normalize your understanding of fear so that it's no longer like that monster in the closet, just imagining that it's something terrible, allowing that imaginary monster in the closet to control you and what you do. Today, I'm going to give you a quick and practical tool that you can use to get over your fears. And who knows, you might like it so much you decide to use it with your coaching clients too. I'm all about the practical, step-by-step stuff, right? Because I really want to make it as easy as possible for you to reach your goals. That's what a coach does. Coaches help you get more of what you want and less of what you don't. We help you reach your goals faster and with more fun. Here's how it works. Think of a topic, something that maybe you've been thinking of for a while. It might be something big, like quitting your corporate job to coach full-time. It might be something smaller, like maybe doing an IG live every week. It doesn't matter if it's a big thing or a small thing. This process is still going to work for you. So here's what you do. First, you grab your journal or a piece of blank paper and you draw a line down the middle. Now you've separated your page into two halves. There's the right half and the left half. Now at the very, very top of the page, write the topic. So let's use this topic just as an example. So as I walk you through this idea and this technique, you'll see how it progresses. So here's the topic that we're going to do. I want to go live on IG every week. Underneath that title, write your reasons why you want to do this. Like, why do you want to go live every week? It could be something like this. I know video is a great way to connect with potential clients. Or maybe I want to get over my fear of being visible. And the third reason why you might want to is I want to create a small library that I can send my coaching clients to so they know how I can help them. Now, write all those reasons why, and then draw a line under those reasons. So now what you've got is at the top of the page, you've got the topic, then you've got all the reasons why you want to do it. Now you want to draw that line underneath those. So now what you're looking at is you've got a top of the page, and then underneath that, you've got a line separating the right from the left half. Now on the right-hand side, I want you to leave that blank for the moment. And on the left-hand side, I want you to write all the things that you're afraid of. The big things, the little things, every single reason that you can think that you're resisting doing this. Anything that might make you feel a little bit nervous, anything that might make you feel a little bit scared. So this could be a long list. The length of the list itself doesn't matter. What matters is that you empty all your fears out of your brain and onto that paper. Now, if I wanted to go live on IG weekly, the list of fears might sound like this. Now, this is a pretty long list. Number one, I don't know how to work my camera. Number two, I can never remember to exactly look at the camera on my phone. Number three, I don't know what to say. Number four, I'm no good at speaking. Number 5, I don't like how I look on video. Number 6, I don't like the sound of my voice. Then, tech is scary. Or, I'm going to mess this up. Or, my friends are going to see these videos and they're going to tease me and laugh at me. Then, what about this one? My ideas are a little too controversial and people are going to argue with me. And finally, somebody might attack me online. I can think of more things that you might be nervous about, but this list is long enough to give you the idea. Do you see how many things you emptied out of your head in my imaginary procedure? So many things. So many of the things that you're nervous about, you empty them out of your head, and then you're going to really see them. So that's the next step. Look at what you've written. Just read every single one of those fears. Now, how do you feel? You might find that just getting those fears out of your head and onto paper gives you enough clarity, and you've realized that you can figure out how to handle these. For example, if you're nervous that you don't know exactly how to use your camera, well, then you set up a couple of times and you try it out until you get it right. Easy, right? No matter if you think that those fears are no big deal and you realized, I can handle that. Or if you think the fears are insurmountable, you've got it covered. Just the fact that you have had the courage to list them out, give yourself a pat on the back. Listen, I know this work takes courage. You are being courageous because you're writing all of this on paper. Now, go back to that list of fears that you wrote on the left-hand side of the page. And on the right-hand side, answer each of these kinds of questions. It doesn't mean that you have to answer all 4 of these questions, but I want to give you this flavor here. So for every fear that you have, ask yourself one of these questions and answer it on the right-hand side of the page. Things like, what about this is actually true? Or another question, what could I do to reduce the risk? Or what's the worst thing that can really happen here? Or what's the most likely outcome? So follow along with me. On the left-hand side of the page, you've got your list of fears. And on the right-hand side of the page, you're going to answer one of those 4 questions. Finally, look at the page and ask yourself, so do I really want to do this? This thing that I'm nervous about? Do I really want to go live on IG? Is it worth it? Only you're going to know the answer. But here's what I do know is you've taken that monster out of the closet. You looked at it from all angles and shone the light on it, and you decide how you want to go forward. Nobody says that you have to do every nerve-wracking thing that you might be considering. You are in control. You get to decide. You might have found that that monster is really just a dust bunny, or you might have found that, you know what? This is too much. This is too big of a leap for me right now. I'm going to take a different path right now. I want you to realize you get to trust yourself. Decide on your next steps, knowing the things that you might be nervous about and that you've looked at those things. So this step-by-step process has encouraged you to look at your fears with courage and clarity. Most of those things that we're afraid of when it comes to signing clients or becoming a coach or showing up on social media, most of those things are optional. Use our example. No one says that you actually have to go live on IG, right? There are so many other options. You might decide that you're no longer willing to be held back by your fear, or you might decide this is not really the path for you. Maybe the idea of being live on social media is just too much, and that is okay. Give yourself permission to decide for yourself. There is no one right way. You get to choose your way. So to wrap it up, here's a recap of this fear-busting process. First, grab yourself a piece of paper. Number 2, write the topic at the top. Number 3, describe why you want to do this. Underneath that, draw a horizontal line. Then draw a line down the middle of the page. On the left-hand side, list all your fears. On the right-hand side, answer your fears with these questions. Is this even true? What's the actual worst that could happen? How could I reduce this risk? Finally, ask yourself, is this worth it? And then decide. Ask yourself, do I want to do this? Yes or no? Great. All right. You've got everything you need to tackle your fears. Hey, if you've always been curious about what it takes to become a successful coach, I've got a gift for you. It's called The Ultimate Guide to Becoming a Professional Coach. I've put a link in the episode notes, and I'd encourage you to go and download it. And if you want even more help, maybe you've had enough of trying to figure all this out on your own, or you're just done with taking hours and hours piecing together a solution to become a coach by watching YouTube videos and downloading freebies. If you've had enough of all of that DIY process, then we should talk. We should talk about how we can work together. Click on the link in the episode notes to find out how to apply to work with me. I'm so looking forward to hearing from you, and I'll be back to speak with you again next week. Thanks again for listening today. Please hop on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. Also, I would love to hear from you. Did something that I say resonate? What else would you like to learn about? Click the link in the player and leave a comment on the post. This is going to give me great ideas for future episodes so I can help you best. Join me again next week for more coaching, support, and teaching to help you become the confident coach you are meant to be.